A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the first thing we should talk about in the Cockatoo is the swing. Now, if you don't know what swing is, it's the way that we play the quavers or the eighth notes in these pieces. Okay, if you look at the top part of the music where it has the tempo marking pertinacious, right? Quarter note equals 126 to 138. You'll see beside that in brackets 2 quavers barred together, 2 eighth notes, in other words, and it says equals, and you'll see a triplet figure there where you have a quarter note triplet and a eighth note triplet. So that means basically that for every 2 notes, 2 quavers, the first one of those quavers in every grouping is longer than the second one. And if you think in 3, it really will help you to play it. So I recommend to, when you're playing it, if you can't, having trouble feeling the swing, then you would try to play just hands apart at the beginning, counting to 3 very quickly. And I'll just do it very, very slowly while you play. So the first one of these eighth notes, we'll always put the first 2 counts in there, and then for the second one, we'll put the third. So this is what it should look like. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Okay, should we try it again together? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, looking at the structure of this piece, right, there are really only 3 different ideas happening here. All right, let's look at the first one. And we'll see this in bars 1 and 2 and bars 5 and 6. So here's 1 and 2. We can practice it even together. Once you've figured out the notes in each hand, you can just try it. Hands together. Let's try that together, all right? So what's really important is we try to lift our left hand up when we play the third beat. So we're going to go and lift. Okay, let's play it together, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Exact same thing basically in bar 5 and 6, exact same idea. Slightly different notes. Instead of starting on an E or a Mi, you're starting on the F Fa. Okay? And here in the left hand, just figure out what's going on here. All right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we lift the left hand. Don't forget to play those staccatos when you see them, all right? So here we go again. 2, 3, this is measure 5. 4. Lift. Okay, what might be slightly difficult in the left hand is finding that second chord, which is a D, A flat. Making that tritone or that diminished fifth. All right, the second idea that we see in this piece, we see in measure 3 and 4, and it's this. Okay, the hands, although they're not playing the same notes, they're going in similar motion, and try to play the last note very, very short. All right, and another very important thing to notice is the crescendo diminuendo that we see in measure 3. Okay, so try to make this kind of like little swelling motion sound happen in the first bar of this idea. All right, let's try to play this together twice. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and it's important that we try to get that swing feeling happening. If you still having trouble with that, you can refer to the first practice step again. All right, here we go. 1, 2, last time, and go. Okay, now if we look down one line to measure 7, you'll see that a very similar figure appears. In fact, it's almost identical, except that now the right hand, instead of playing one note, is playing a third down as well. So you're playing these thirds, and then we'll have to figure out what's happening here for the both hands. All right, so I would try to figure that out. Read those notes and figure it out. If you need help, it's F sharp, B, D sharp, going to A, G, C, E, which is basically a C chord, right? Play that last note short and slur those two last chords, okay? Now, if you know that the thirds are happening, the top note is the exact same as the very first time we played it in measure 3, okay? The bottom hand is the same as measure 3 as well. So all you have to do is add that middle note. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and swell. And short, play that tag at the end, the one that we practiced. Okay, let's try it again now. Try to make a nice swell. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Short, tag. Okay. Now, this idea, believe it or not, comes back again and on the last 2 measures of the piece, the last 2 bars. All right, and now what's changing mostly, now there's a new tag of course, but what's changing mostly is the left hand here. Okay, but this, believe it or not, are mostly the same notes that we just played in the other 2 passages, except now they're adding a C, and it's just playing quarter notes, okay, or crotchets, staccato crotchets, quarters. That's basically all that's different. And to add to that, we'll play the exact same thing in the right hand. Right? There is a new tag here. Just something to work out, okay? The right hand is the same here, but there's a D flat in the bass, or a Ré bémol if you're using solfège. And you'll end here with this C dominant 7 chord. C, B flat, E. Okay? Let's try those last 2 measures together, okay? Now you'll notice it says molto rallentando at the top of this, at the top of the bar. It starts mezzo forte and it has that same swelling, that same crescendo diminuendo figure, except this time over 2 bars, okay? So we're gonna try it. Molto rallentando, by the way, means slow down a lot. Molto means a lot. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to swell and skip slower. Take your time on those last 2 notes and hold it. Okay, so when you're doing a rallentando, it always helps to continue to count. Okay, so when we're playing, count in your head and still count 2 beats and a half for that very last note. Okay? Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. the last thing to practice here we'll find in measures 9 and 10. Okay, where you're playing this fourth here in the left hand, and this third in the right hand. Now, you'll notice that 3 of these notes are staccato, and that the top G's here that we're playing, the solos here, the G's that we're playing here, as quavers, though that's the melody here. So we should try to play that long, like that, right? And that's kind of quite challenging to do because the other 3 notes, try to play those short. Okay? Also, the very last quavers, it sounds cool if you play that short as well. So try that with me. 1, 2, ready, go, short. Okay? It might take a little practice to get 3 of those notes short, keeping the top note long. Okay? And remember to keep trying to swing those top notes. Then short and soft. Okay? And that's basically it for this piece. Good luck with your preparations, and we'll see you next time. That's it for this video. If you found this video helpful, please consider clicking on that like button and subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching!